So is it just me, or is 2020 really not going according to plan so far? Hello WordNerds, happy Tuesday. Sorry for the little bit of chaos behind me. I'm actually back in my own office for the first time in 2020. It has been a bit of a roller coaster of a year so far. Some things having to do with the coronavirus and some things having nothing to do with that, but still being all kinds of distracting. So it is safe to say that my year has not gone at all how I had planned out. You all know me, you know I love a good plan. I had all of these big ideas for things I wanted to write this year, and so far I have written absolutely none of them. I've done a little bit of just plotting and brainstorming or just free writing almost, but so far I haven't really felt that pull to be writing again, which is a very strange sensation for me, but at this point I'm trying to learn to be okay with it. And the key there really is that I am trying to learn to be okay with it, because for me, there's always going to be that voice in the back of my head letting me know that I'm not doing enough, or that I should have gotten more done already this year, or why aren't I using all of this extra time that I somehow apparently have, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, I haven't really felt excited by writing, which is a little bit sad. And I know if I force myself to just jump into a project for the sake of doing it, it's not going to be fun. I'm going to resent it. It's not going to come out the way I want it to. Eventually, I will need to find the point where I have to make that jump and just push myself a little bit and get back into doing it in order to build up those muscles again and get into a habit of being creative again. But for now, and into probably a good chunk of the summer, I'm trying to let myself go with the flow without detaching from the writing world entirely. So whether you have found yourself writing a lot in 2020 so far, or you haven't really written much of anything at all, that is totally okay. But for today's video, I wanted to share a few of the things I'm doing to stay connected to writing, even though I don't necessarily feel like putting words down on the page. First up, I have been trying to create other things that aren't books. The big one for me is that I've been trying to learn programming, and I've been working on this personal project that I'm really excited about and learning a lot and actually making some pretty decent progress on it. And I'm hoping to be able to share that with you in the next month or two, which is kind of a preview of it, because it is a very Kellie project that I hope some of you might find interesting. I've also been trying to get back into crocheting a little bit and drawing a little bit, and basically finding other ways to get creative and make things without putting all of the pressure of an entire book onto my mind. I've also been trying to do some writing adjacent activities, as in reading more craft books, which has definitely helped to get me feeling more inspired. I've also been trying to plot more. The next book that I want to work on is definitely one where I feel like having a solid outline is going to be really helpful. So whenever I do feel a little bit of an itch to work on a book project, I've been letting myself just kind of play around in an outline and brainstorming and building up characters, all of those things I always tell myself I'm going to do and somehow never get around to by the time I'm supposed to actually start writing the book. So for now, I'm just playing around with building this story, and then hopefully when I actually get back into writing, it's going to be a little bit easier as a result. And finally, this last one's going to sound a little weird because it's actually the one I've been struggling with the most, even though it's in theory the most fun, and it is the most fun, but for some reason, getting inspired by general content has been hard for me in 2020. There are so many video games I want to play and books I want to read and TV shows I want to watch, but I never really feel pulled to do any of that. So I'm trying to jump into more content that hopefully will inspire me, get me excited to create new things. I did get into a bit of a reading binge in April, I think, where I read a few really fantastic books, which absolutely helped me out there. I've been trying to go through my Netflix list and watch some of the shows that I've been putting off forever, or some of the movies that I've wanted to go back to because they're my favorites, but I always feel like I should watch something new instead, and instead I watch nothing. So I'm trying to do more of that as a way to get excited about content and possibilities, and just generally inspired to hopefully go forward and make my own stuff. So how about you? Have you been writing much so far this year? I would absolutely love to hear how your 2020 has been going so far in the comments down below. I will absolutely check those out, especially if you have any advice on things to do when you don't quite feel like you're ready for writing, or if you have something that worked for you to help you get back into it, absolutely share that with everybody. And of course, don't forget to join us on Sunday for our next live chat. This is going to be our second movie night, and we are watching Howl's Moving Castle, and then joining all of you to talk about it on Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Time. So hopefully we will see you all there. In the meantime, happy reading, happy writing, and I'll see you next time.